Hello, my name is Jasmine Keys, and you are tuned into Reuters Events Women in Marketing series, where every other Tuesday I sit down with one of the most inspirational and driven leaders across the globe. Today, I am joined by Alicia Tillman, who will step down from her post this week as the global CMO of SAP. SAP, for those of you who are unaware, are the largest enterprise software company in the world, boasting over 100,000 employees and nearly 500,000 customers. Thanks so much for being here today, Alicia.
Hi, Jasmine. Thank you so much for having me.
Wonderful. We have so many questions for you. I know that the WIM audience have requested you to be involved, and I'm so excited to have you here. It's huge. So let's jump right in. I'm going to start with a couple of facts about your leadership of the global marketing team at SAP. And I'm really excited to share this with the audience because nearly 60% of your entire global marketing team is comprised of female managers, and the largest departments in your organization are 100% led by women. That is incredible. It's huge. So why is it? Why is that? Was this a conscious decision for you? And how long did it take you to get there?
Well, thank you for sharing those facts. And yes, it is a really big deal because most organizations, as we know, struggle to even have equal representation of women and men generally. And in our case, we have well over half of women serving as managers. And as you said, the largest functions in my team are entirely led by women. And this was certainly not always the case. I've been leading the organization for 4 years now. I've been at SAP for 6 years. And I've led multiple reorganizations through the years to ensure that we are both effectively set up to meet the ever-evolving challenges of our business, but that we are also ensuring that we have the best talent leading that organizational setup. And I will tell you, I have absolutely been committed through this journey in putting more women in leadership roles. And in some cases, women in my team have rose to the challenge when there's been a new opportunity available. But in other cases, I have appointed women who didn't put their hand up, but absolutely have the skills and the potential to take on bigger roles, even when they didn't feel as though they were ready. And I've always believed that you learn and grow the most when you are uncomfortable. And I like pushing people and helping people see that they can do more. We're often so busy and we have so much going on in our lives, and a new job may be available and you say, okay, well, I'm comfortable in my current job, and you don't necessarily think to look at that other one. And that's what leaders are for. And I've done my fair share in building the organization that it is today, that of which is comprised of so many women leaders. And I'm absolutely so proud of that.
And it's something to be so proud of, because obviously it's not happening around the world, but we are getting there, and that's why we're having these conversations. So you said a little bit about how you're throwing down the ladder, and that seems to be a huge part of your legacy. So, when you did push some of your leaders to take on more responsibility, and you told them, yes, you can, if they doubted their ability, what did you look for in leaders that made you so sure they were ready for a new challenge? And what sort of skills and attributes do you look for in a leader when you're mentoring and pushing people up?
Yeah, great question. So as a leader, first and foremost, you have to invest in your people. And what does that mean? Well, it means a lot of things, but part of it is really learning about the people as individuals that you're responsible for leading. Certain things such as what situations do they most thrive in? What motivates them? And certainly, what are their greatest strengths? These are all things that I feel as a leader, we have a responsibility for understanding as part of our investment in them. And at times, as I said just a few moments ago, you have to help your people see what you see, because sometimes people have a tough time recognizing their own strengths and their potential. So in terms of the attributes that I look for, I would say that there's three very core attributes that I look for in leaders. First and foremost, I look for truly kind and nice people. People who will go that extra mile to help others, I think first and foremost is one of the most important attributes a person can possess. Second, I look for athletes. I look for people who have drive, who have ambition, hunger, curiosity, because these people will be fighters. They will have a true sense of wanting to win. And we need that. We need that if you want to be part of a winning team. We have to have people that are all willing to go that extra mile, to really have that drive to push themselves further. And third, I look for people who others admire and want to be around. These are people who are authentic, they're transparent, and they're approachable, because people want to be around people that they like. It's as simple as that. And I want to make sure, especially with leaders, that if you have a strong followership, it's often because you possess a lot of these characteristics. And then in terms of skills, I am a believer that most skills can be taught. I've promoted so many leaders through the years, not because they were the best marketer, but because they were the best team leader or team player. And certainly as we emerge from a global pandemic, I have found that people want leaders and who inspire and motivate them, and people want to collaborate with team members that are there to help them and comfort them and support them when they need it most. Much more than I've found people wanting to be around people who are there to simply just help them build an effective marketing campaign from a skills perspective. It's so much more. It's getting so much more into the soft skills I find that people are looking for.
Absolutely. And so that's that compassion, generosity, that mental grit that you do find in athletes, like you've said. And I think, are you kind of, when you're looking at these leaders, you're seeing someone rising up, and you don't look for skill, you look for a kind of a type of person, like we've said, with those characteristics. Does that shape, do different characteristics shape where you would push someone up into different positions or different areas of marketing? Do you think that has anything to do with it?
I think a little bit. I think, marketing is a very, very broad function. And there are often different skills in terms of experience or functional skills that you have that would qualify you for working in one function versus another. For example, the skills you need to be an event manager may be different than the skills you need to be a PR manager. And so those skills are very important. But I do find that regardless of those sort of on-the-job skills, the soft skills are those that are always going to be in common, regardless of what function you are in. So if you are in PR and you're part of a team and you work for a leader, which you certainly will, those attributes are all going to be very, very much the same. So you need to be kind, you need to have hunger and curiosity, you need to be a go-getter, you need to be a team player, you need to be authentic, you need to be transparent. And that doesn't matter function by function, nor do I think it matters whether or not you are a leader of a team or you are a member of a team, because I think both go both ways. Leaders want to be around people that they trust and admire, and people want to work for leaders that they trust and admire as well. So I personally am a believer that it doesn't matter. And I think the characteristics are all common and the same, regardless of function or regardless of what stage of the journey you are in your leadership journey.
Yeah, absolutely. And it is that you want to be around someone, or you want to follow a leader that you like and that will encourage you and inspire you. And yeah, I think that you have that, Alicia. You've got that inspiration and that kindness, and even in the conversations that we've had before, and also with other leaders in the space that I've interviewed for this webcast, that comes through, that kindness, that generosity to give your time and to mentor other people and to put yourself out there. So thank you, and that's so wonderful. So there's the other part of your legacy and is your leadership style. And, we're talking about that now. It's really that you have always led through your values, and you're an exceptional communicator, and that authenticity has been able to inspire those around you. It's made you the leaders that others want to follow, right? So I learned that in 2020, as we all lived through the pandemic, every single week, you sent a communication to your global team, either a video, a letter, or in-person call, just so everyone felt consistently connected to you. And you even created a video series called Passion for Purpose, where you showcased people across SAP who were going above and beyond during the pandemic to help others. Can you share a time where you had to work hard to remain authentic, a time where you doubted yourself and maybe considered compromising your beliefs? We've all been there, and especially this year, gosh, it's been so hard. But I'd love to hear a little bit about that from you.
Absolutely. Well, there are always going to be moments in our lives where you find yourself in the company of a toxic person or an environment that doesn't align to your beliefs and values. If it hasn't happened already, trust me, it will. And my advice, first and foremost, is to choose wisely. Choose the people you associate yourself with. Choose the companies that you work for. If you're interviewing, look at who your boss is going to be. Ask them questions about themselves. I know interviews are often about you, but I think, and I've learned the older I get, these things are important. The company values, the values of the person you're going to work for, the culture of the team, those that you're going to work with. So when I say choose wisely, remember that we all have choices in life. And when it comes to our career and the relationships that we are in, those are all choices that we have. And remove yourself, or don't sign up to be parts of situations or in relationships with people that don't align to your beliefs and values and help you become a better person. And I've always found that if you're not surrounded by people that are helping you be a better person, then it's time to probably reevaluate that relationship. And take all of those situations as learnings. I often, because we've all found ourselves with those kinds of people or in those situations. And in everything in life, I've always taken that as a learning. And in that case, I learned who I don't want to be. And that's, I think, equally as helpful as being around people that you truly admire, because that helps you understand who you want to be as well. And aside from that, I can tell you a couple of things. The pandemic that we're still living through, and certainly throughout 2020, and all of the social unrest that happened last year, it was a very challenging period. For me personally, juggling 2 kids, a big career, And certainly the fear of me or my family falling ill was a lot. It was a lot for everyone. But I knew during that period that people were counting on me within my company to communicate with them. During a crisis, it's a fact that people want to hear from leaders. And, as you said in the beginning, I did just that. Even during times when it was personally hard for me, I was really tired juggling it all. But I found strength in knowing that people were counting on me, knowing my kids were counting on me, knowing my team was counting on me. And I vowed to never let a week pass that I didn't reach out to my team in some way. And that was a variety of things. It was a written note, it was a video, it was a TikTok dance I did with my family. Nearly 40 consecutive weeks, I sent out some form of a communication to my team. And I was incredibly transparent, even vulnerable at times. And it really mattered to my team. And I felt like it brought us closer. I mean, the responses I got just gave me the energy to continue to communicate more. And frankly, we're talking so much about legacy here.
Yeah.
And I really think it helps shape the legacy that I'll leave behind in SAP, knowing that people felt that I will always be there for them during a crisis, during the best of times. That they can count on me when they need encouragement, they need direction, they need hope, yet they need to understand reality of what's happening, where their focus needed to be. This was a demonstration of my values in practice and was a big part of, more than anything, the legacy that I've hoped to leave behind with my leadership in SAP.
Yeah, absolutely. And it sounds like it's like you described the people that you'd hire. It's someone who would go that extra mile and be committed to their team and ensuring that they are, they feel supported authentically.
That's right. Yeah, absolutely. And it matters. And you're right about, I need to be the very person that I expect others to be around me. If I'm a mean and mean-spirited and not collaborative person, then that's the same type of people that will be drawn to me. But if I'm nice and kind and authentic and transparent and I communicate well and I promote others that deserve to be, then those are the people that will be drawn into my circle and within my leadership community. And I'm proud of that. I'm proud of being able to model exactly what it is that I want to see in others.
It's the type of person that people do want to go the extra mile for as well, and that you'll hire because you want their team to go the extra mile for them, and they'll go for the extra mile for you. So, that's absolutely fantastic. And I feel for whoever has to move into your position as CMO of SAP, because you will be extremely missed.
Oh, thank you for that. And it's been an unbelievable journey for 6 years now, and to be able to go out where I feel really confident about what we've done, and obviously the amazing team that I've built. I know the timing is right, based on how strong they are and how well set up for success we are to continue to build upon all the great things that we've done through the years. I'm excited for the team. I'm excited for what we've done, and I'm certainly looking forward to the next step in my career journey as well.
Absolutely. Well, we're about out of time, so thank you so much for joining us. And to those in the audience, do not forget to share this webcast with someone you believe will benefit from it. I'll be sending around the recordings tomorrow so you can forward them along. This is Women in Marketing with Alicia Tillman in her final few days as CMO at SAP, as she prepares to take on her next incredible career step. This is very exciting. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Jasmine Keys, and I'll see you next time.